Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Wisconsin Rapids and round number 1 of the annual Cranberry Classic basketball tournament. We have boys high school action for you this evening as the Nekoosa Papermakers take on the Pittsville Panthers in non-conference basketball action. My name is Tom Kirst. Along with me is Mr. Daniel Schmidt, Dan manning the camera in addition to his commentary tonight. And we're certainly glad you could join us for this Nekoosa sports telecast. Our thanks, as always, to Nekoosa High School and River City's Community Access for helping us bring you telecasts of NHS sports. Well, the gym is alive this weekend with early season basketball as Assumption High School hosts their 29th annual Cranberry Classic tournament. 8 varsity teams are part of the event. 4 games played today, another 4 tomorrow, in both the boys and girls divisions. In last year's tourney, these two teams, Nekoosa and Pittsville, met in a memorable game, a game in which Nekoosa needed overtime to get the win. We expect more of that action tonight as the Papermakers and Panthers renew their annual rivalry. Pittsville has not played a ball game yet this season. As a matter of fact, they're fresh off a great football year, which saw the Panthers advance all the way to the semifinal round of the WIAA tournament. The downside to that, of course, is the Panthers just haven't had a whole lot of time in the gym to prepare for the basketball season. A season ago, Pittsville enjoyed a fine year with a 16-8 overall mark. They were 11-3 in the Marywood South Conference. This year's squad is led by senior Bradley Wesley. Wesley was one of the leading scorers for the Panthers a season ago. He averaged right around 13 points a game. Panthers are not a big team, but I tell you what, they'll come after you. They'll pressure the court, run the floor, and of course that'll be their key to success tonight. Pittsville coached by Mr. Dan Hoffa. Pittsville, a Division V school with enrollment of about 180 students. Nekoosa enters this ball game 1-0 on the year. Papermakers opened their season on November 19th. Back in Nekoosa, that night they defeated a good Poynette team in a thrilling game, an 80-78 overtime. I was saying Nekoosa coming off a thrilling win over Poynette, a game in which they trailed by 3 points with just 6 seconds remaining. Boy, senior Owen Linsmeyer stepped up though in those final seconds, hitting 2 free throws and a 3-bomb at the buzzer. They'll get the Papermakers the win. Linsmeyer led all scorers in that game with 24. Ty Kreider had a 23. And junior Hunter Sipla, 16 for Nekoosa in the win. Nekoosa being introduced right now. Starting lineup includes, of course, number 2, 6'1" senior Owen Linsmeyer. Also starting number 12, 5'11" senior Brett Gersmo. Wearing number 14, 6'4" senior Brad Savage. Number 32 is 6'4" senior Ty Kreider. And rounding out the Nekoosa 5, 6'4" junior Tanner Stevens. Now the starting lineups for the Pittsville Panthers. Number 5 is Austin John. He's a 5'9" senior. Number 12 is Kyle Kolar, 6'1" senior. Paul Sakal is number 20. 5'10" senior Brad Wesley. Where's number 12, I believe? No, it's 23. It's a 5'9" senior. And I didn't catch the 5th starter, Dan, did you? I think it's Nathan Dupree, number 32, a 5'10" junior. Nekoosa, of course, coached by Mr. Chuck Ballishweiler. Boy, the words are not coming easy tonight. Must be all that turkey, huh, Dan? Chuck in his 8th season leading this Nekoosa Papermaker basketball program. Coach Ballishweiler assisted, of course, by Mr. Eric Peterson.
You're right, Tom. It is number 32. Dupree, was it?
Yeah, Nathan Dupree, number 32. I got the names and the sizes off the internet, but I did not get the proper numbers, obviously, and it's common for kids to change numbers between seasons, and that certainly happened with the Pittsville team. We'll do our best to keep on top of who's out there on the court. Ball in the air, Owen Linsmeyer with it. He takes it directly to the basket and scores. So Owen attacks the rim. Papermakers with a quick 2-0 lead. Dupree back on top to Wesley. They swing the basketball to Austin John. There we go with that football thing again. Well, those are quite the pork chop sideburns there worn by Austin John. He's got the basketball right now. Wesley fires up a tough shot. Kreider with a rebound. Pittsville man-to-man defensively. Gershmal swings it to Savage. Owen got the step on Wesley and hit the shot. So Owen with a good start. Owen led Nekoosa with 24 in that game against Poynette, but he did not score in that first quarter. Really came on in the end, though, didn't he? Nekoosa, of course, man-to-man defensively. Owen up on Wesley. Good pass inside. Nekoosa falls asleep a bit. Sakal did not want to finish it, though, and he ends up throwing the basketball away. Pittsville had good size last year in the 2 or 3 preceding years. Of course, the big man in the middle was Trail Pierce. Pierce about 6'8", 6'9". Played 4 years for Coach Hoffa. Last I heard, he was going to play basketball down in Florida somewhere as a collegian. Nekoosa turns it over. Dupree cut off by Savage. Swings it back on top to Wesley. White. Savage really giving up the baseline to Dupree. Looks like Nekoosa maybe wants a trap on that end line. Same thing here with Kreider. Wesley kicks it back out.
Travel.
Yep, Sakal with his second TO. Not a real big crowd on hand right now, especially across the way. Of course, that'll fill up for our next ball game, which will feature Columbus taking on Assumption. Owen for 3. Do you think he's feeling it just a little bit right now?
Yeah.
The rim's looking pretty big to Owen. Start the game.
I think I'd be calling a timeout if I was Pittsville, really.
7-0 Nekoosa lead. Wesley fires the long 3. That brackets out. Good board inside by Austin John, and he gets the putback. 7-2. Game a little slower pace than what the Poynette game was the other night. Gershmal is bumped as he takes it in the lane. And Pau Segal picks up his first foul of the game. Nekoosa with the first substitution of the night. Hunter Sipla, a 6'3" junior, checks in, replacing Stevens. Hunter had a nice game off the bench, 16 the other night against Poynette. Kreider goes high to pull down that one, then fires the 3. Bounces right back to Owen. His second 3 ball. Owen with 10, Nekoosa with 10. They lead 10-2. 5 minutes to play, opening period. John will fire the 3. Good block up by Kreider. He retrieves the basketball. Owen. Along with that one, Savage got a hand on it, but John pulls it down. Good play by Owen. 1-on-2 the other way. Linsmeyer missed the shot, drew the foul.
Got to realize that I'm new at this camera thing here. They got to keep going one direction.
Can't they play a half-court game? It'd be so much easier, wouldn't it? John got that foul, by the way. Austin John is first. Team second. Owen shoots 2. We played 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Owen in double figures already with 11.
11.
Yep, they didn't put that last one up yet.
Oh, it didn't.
It was number 12.
I noticed that during the girls' game that they're a little slow in putting those up.
As a matter of fact, the scorer missed that one. Nekoosa with a turnover. Couple of putbacks. Savage finally puts it down. And now, timeout taken by Pittsville. 30-second timeout. 4:32 to play here in the first quarter. So a great 14-2 run to start this ball game. And now Nekoosa is going to extend the court a little bit defensively. Diamond and 1 zone press against the Panthers. Wesley. Good retrieval there by Dupree. And he's tied up by Brett Gersmal, and Brett's going to get the foul. Brett's first on Nekoosa as a team. Number 12 in the ball game now. I'm not sure who that is. I also have number 30 in the ball game. I'm going to take a stab at who that is as Savage picks up the foul. I believe number 30 is Matthew Carlson. He's just a freshman, but he stands about 6'4". He has the basketball. Swings it back out. Owen tips it out of bounds. We do have a program here at Assumption, but it doesn't have numbers on it, I don't believe. So it's hard to figure out who everybody is out there. Ball tipped away. Gersmal picks it up for the Papermakers. Owen through the crowd, lays it down. Okay, I'm predicting. I'm going to put my go out on a limb here, Dan. 4 minutes into the first game, I'm thinking Owen Linsmeyer is going to be all tournament. Kreider got a hand in on the shooter.
I think that was on the floor, though, wasn't it? Or are they going to?
I'm not sure.
No, they're going to let him shoot 2.
So number 12 is the shooter, and I'm thinking that's Joey Arndt, but I'm not absolutely sure. We're going to go with Joey Arndt. And he sinks the first.
This afternoon, I watched Pittsville play the Nekoosa girls. We came about the middle of the first quarter, and the only points that Pittsville had was at the free throw line in the first half, basically.
Now, they've struggled, haven't they, the last few years? I think we saw Pittsville a couple of years ago, the girls, and they were such a good team. Oh, I don't know. Let's go back about 6-7 years ago.
And they had a Lippert, I believe, on the team.
Oh, yeah, that's a popular Pittsville name. Hey, Ty Kreider with a nice finish. Ty Kreider puts it on the floor, his first 2. Tarek Tuttle checked in. Now for the Papermakers, replacing Gersmal. Tarek wears number 10. Got a collision, and Hunter Sipla is going to get the foul. Could have gone either way. Sipla might have got over there a little late, and that's exactly what the official saw. So Brad Wesley, 5'9" senior, shoots a pair. Wesley with his first point.
You know, you mentioned that Pittsville went deep in the playoffs. Well, so did Nekoosa, too, and a lot of these kids haven't played.
Yeah, I was really surprised with how well Nekoosa played on the basketball court, 7 days ago, or 9 days ago. Yeah, that was pretty much just, 9 days after the football season ended. They really shot the ball well that night. 18-5, our score, 3:10 to play in the quarter. Tuttle hounded by John. John on the floor. Ball squirts out. Kreider picks it up.
I better follow the ball here.
Owen, tough shot this time.
Buried it.
No doubt about it. Nekoosa with 20 with 2:49 to play here in the quarter. 20-5, the Nekoosa lead. John holds the basketball on top to Sakal. Carlson it back inside to Sakal. Kreider picks off the bad pass. Owen gives it up to Ty Kreider. Boy, he's hounded out there by Sakal. Sipla cut off by Wesley. I don't know who that pass was intended for, but it ended up in the hands of Tarek Tuttle. Owen got inventive with that one, didn't he?
Yes, I would say so.
Wesley the other way. Tuttle makes a good play on the ball. Almost took it away. It'll be Pittsville basketball side court. 44, Justin Mortell enters the basketball game for Nekoosa. Justin, another sophomore. He didn't see action against Poynette. This will be his first varsity action.
I believe he has a sister that plays for Nekoosa too.
It could be. He had a good football season, didn't he, for just being a sophomore? Wesley, good look at the three there. Missed it, though, and Savage picks up the basketball. Minute 40 to play in the quarter. Mortell trying to post up inside. I think Justin's going to pick up the foul. Yeah, that's Nekoosa's 5th team foul now. Nobody with more than one, which is good. Pittsville has 2 as a team. Wesley, good head and shoulder fake. John inside the three-point line. No, it was a three-pointer. Pulled down by Owen. Mortell will fire the three. That's going to be way off. But right in the hands of Bradley Savage. Brad has 4. 22-5, Nekoosa. Papermakers do a good job getting back on D. Pittsville tried to beat him down the court. Good defense there. Carlson battles inside, and he's tied up by Hunter Sipla. Possession arrow goes.
I believe it's Pittsville.
Pittsville. Can't really see it, can we, from the scoring table?
It's in front.
We're positioned behind the scoring table here in the Assumption Gym. Owen's going to take a seat. Take a break. Number 20 checks in. And right off the bat, Wesley scores. Sipla inside, a lot of contact, no foul. And then Carlson rejects the second attempt by Hunter. Andrew Melvin checks in for Nekoosa. Andrew, a 6'4" sophomore, with 28 seconds to play here in the quarter. Nekoosa inbounds underneath their own basket. Sipla will pull the trigger. Got away with the double dribble there. Bad pass inside. John comes out way with it. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Wesley. Foul going up with 1.3 seconds to play. Andrew Melvin picks up the 6th team foul for Nekoosa. And Wesley shoots 2. Well, he thought about that one a little extra long time that time, didn't he?
Sometimes you can think too long, Tom.
Yeah, I think so too. You hold the ball.
As you get older, you don't think at all.
You forget what you're doing at the line.
Yeah, what am I doing here?
Tuttle fires it. Hey, it looked pretty good for a moment there. Karam's off the glass, and that's the end of the quarter. Great start for Nekoosa. After 1, it's the Papermakers 22 and Pittsville 8. So Nekoosa's going to have the rock, as they say, to begin the second period. Papermakers with a 22-8 lead. Owen Linsmeyer had 14 of the Nekoosa's 22 points in that first quarter. I believe Owen also had the first 11, maybe even 12 for Nekoosa. He has the basketball to begin the quarter. Starters back in for the Papermakers, and Brett Gersmal lost his balance, might have twisted an ankle there and went down. Turnover number 5 on Nekoosa, and Tarek Tuttle quickly up off the Nekoosa bench. Nekoosa with 6 team fouls in that first quarter, Pittsville with only 2, so the Panthers in the bonus. Rest of the half. Well, you can see Owen's really working hard trying to take the right hand away from Wesley. Didn't do it there, though. Wesley misses the long three. John tries to save, does to Owen. I think Wesley's forcing a few here in the early going. Kreider with a good look. Off the front iron.
You got to take that shot, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're wide open, no one guarding you.
Carlson trying to post up Kreider inside. He plays well for a freshman. You know, he doesn't look tentative at all. Matthew Carlson. And look at Sakal inside this time. Shot is missed. Owen with it.
That was a tough shot.
Owen pulls up, left it short. Here come the Panthers. Wesley 1-on-4. Owen with a steal. Linsmeyer to the rim. Lays it down. Owen with 16. Turnover 4 on Pittsville. Wesley likes to come back to that right hand, and Owen knows it. 3 ball from Wesley. Pulled down by Tuttle. Tarek will bring it up on the far side.
My advice right now for Pittsville is they got to take better shots.
Kreider will try it again. He nails this one.
When you're down by this many, every shot now counts.
I don't know who's playing Ty Kreider defensively, but boy, they're gonna figure out soon they need to come out and play him. Ty can shoot the basketball. 27-8 our score. 5:40 to play in the half. Hey, there's a nice little high-low. And Sakal lays it down. Well, if Pittsville gets a look like that every time down the court, they'll be back in this game. Stevens. Savage left it short. Kreider with the right hand missed again. And John comes away with it. So Nekoosa with some great chances there.
Yeah, it's nice looks.
Pittsville is looking at the post a little bit harder here in the second quarter. Carlson fires a 3. Stevens tied up. Good play by Sakal. Tanner just sort of made up his mind that time, said, I'm going to the basket, and Sakal would have nothing to do with it. Made a good play. Nekoosa with Stevens, Kreider, Linsmeyer, Sipla, and Savage in the game right now. Pretty good sized lineup Nekoosa has. Here the only ball handler out there would be Owen. Good hands by Owen, another steal. Boy, he's playing both ends of the court, isn't he? Takes it to the hole. And they say the foul was committed on the floor, so there'll be Nekoosa out of bounds. Number 12, and again, I'm not sure if that's Joey Arndt or somebody else, with a foul. Owen, deep 3. Boy, he nailed that one. He was almost heading out the door that time when he knocked down that 3.
Yeah, I think that was a set play, though. They hit a nice screen.
John, little fadeaway, got it. Austin John has 4. 30-12, 3:40 to play first half. Bad pass by Ty Kreider. Just a little too lackadaisical. Easy for me to say that time.
I agree with you, Tom. Sometimes you get a lead and you just sort of
You can't.
You don't play with that intensity that you like there.
You can't really stare down your target all the time, you know, and then try to make that pass. Tanner Stevens picks up his first. Team 7th on Nekoosa. Of course, I've only got 6 in my book, so I'm missing one. Pau Sakal. Get one more. Wesley back in, replacing John. I believe that was Wesley that just came in. He's definitely on the floor anyway. Couple of misses. Sipla walked. Hunter wanted to save that basketball and didn't see a friendly face there. Caused him to take a walk. 3:23 to play. And Owen's going to pick up the foul on Wesley. His first. So back to the line, Brad Wesley. He's 3 out of 4 thus far. He's got 5 points on the game. Looking into cutting down that Nekoosa lead. Hits the front end of the bonus. (16-point advantage). Token pressure here. Stevens, 2-on-3. And Tanner finds Sipla. Hunter to the basket. Oh my goodness, they call it offensive foul. Well, I can't agree with that one.
I can't either. I don't know what he did that would have created that foul.
If the defensive man got hit, he got hit with the leg by Sipla, but wow, tough call.
I thought we were going to go line for 2 free throws.
I did too. I'm a little disappointed. Pittsville gives it right back. Kreider down the side. Ty muscles it up. Get out of there now, Ty. We don't want to pick up another foul. Kreider looks a lot stronger this year than he did last year on the basketball court. Wesley short. Ball tipped by Mortel to Owen, and Owen throws it away. Nathan Dupree with the interception, if you will. Nekoosa has been stuck on 14 for a while, and Pittsville scored the last 4. (30-16).
Well, they cut 4 points off that 20-point lead, Tom.
Making a run. Kreider bobbled it, got it back, guarded by Wesley. I wonder who's on Owen now. Number 12 is on Owen. Doing a good job. Mortel brackets that 3. Bad pass. Oh, that should have been a walk. I got to put my whistle away, obviously, but I don't know how the player can turn over like that and then release the basketball. Good rebound by Savage. Minute 20 to play in the quarter, 30-16 yet. Justin will try it one more time. Oh, that one looked good. Pulled out of there by Dupuis, and miss on the other end, and a turnover. So Nekoosa dodges the bullet with a minute to play. Papermakers look a little tired right now. Played about 8 or 9 in the first quarter. Pretty much the starting 5 are the top 6 or 7 here in the second quarter. Owen lost his footing in the basketball. 2-on-1, Kreider back. Another miss, Wesley got it. So Brad Wesley hustles the court, cuts the lead down to 12. 24 seconds to play in the half.
I believe Pittsville scored last 8 points, Tom.
Very well could be. We're down to 15. Seven. Owen Fouled on a three-point attempt. He's going to go to the line with 3.6 seconds to play. Kyle Kolar got the foul.
They changed the score.
I don't understand why they changed the score.
Now they went back.
Scoring table haven't, well, every year they have problems here in Assumption, the scoring table. I think they get a lot of new volunteers, huh? It's good they get these people. Owen makes the first, or he makes the second free throw. He gets one more. Nekoosa's committed 9 fouls. The last thing you want to do here if you're Nekoosa is commit a foul in the last 3.6 seconds. Of course, you don't want to give up a hoop either, as Owen hits that one. They didn't start the clock. They did not start the clock. And the official calls the end of the half. Nekoosa with a good half of basketball. At the break, our score, the Papermakers 13 and Pittsville 8. Make that 33 and Pittsville 18. Well, we're halfway through this first game, or the first varsity game of the night. Nekoosa on top, 33-18 at the break over Pittsville. Owen Linsmeyer, a great first half of scoring. Owen with 23 points to lead the Papermakers. 3 3 balls, another 5 field goals, 4 out of 5 from the line for Owen. Brad Savage added 4, and Ty Kreider 5, and Ty with a 3 ball of his own. It's great Owen has a good half like that, but boy, you see only two other guys that got involved with the scoring. I'm sure that's something Coach Balderschweiler will look at here in the second half. Try to get more involved. Brad Wesley leads the Panthers in scoring. He has 9 points heading into this third period. Papermakers with the basketball. Starting 5 back in. That's Brett Gersmal back on the floor. Brett tweaked an ankle late in that first half. Back on the court now. Sipla inside. Missed the shot. And here comes Brad Wesley and the Panthers. Gersmal with a good hands and a double dribble on Wesley.
I agree with you, Tom, because Owen's going to have a bullseye on his back.
Yeah, I think he does already.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret, you know. And you're going to have to get scoring out of the other players.
Inside is Kreider. Hey, nice move by Ty. Good power going up. Ty now with 7. Sakal. Rebound picked up and lost. It's going to be Nekoosa basketball.
Yeah, he must have just lost that time. I thought maybe it was tipped out of his hands, but apparently not.
Nekoosa in action again tomorrow night. Of course, this is the Friday after Thanksgiving that we're recording this ball game. Tomorrow night, the Papermakers will take on host Assumption. 8 o'clock game here in the Assumption gym. It's always fun to see those two teams hook up.
There is no champion in this game, or in this tournament, I should say.
Sipla with a miss. I'll make that Savage with the miss. Sipla with the rebound. As Dan's saying, the schedule's set, right? You know who you're going to play Friday and who you're going to play Saturday coming in.
And Assumption will never play Pittsville because they don't want to play them 3 times in a year.
Of course, the same thing is true in the girls division. Nekoosa did play one game here this afternoon. The Papermaker girls defeated Pittsville. The girls weren't really planned to be part of this tournament, but they had to fill in for another team which couldn't make it today.
Milwaukee Marshall.
Sipla with the rebound. So Scott Linsmeyer and the Nekoosa team got their first win. They're 1-1 on the year now. We're going to see the girls next week. Kreider fires the 3. So Ty with the 5 Nekoosa points here in the third period.
They built that lead back up to 20 again.
Well, three ball does that, doesn't it? Knock down some threes and put a lot of points on the board in a hurry. John is fouled going to the basket. Just a tad of a wild shot. Who got the foul?
32.
Ty Crater. His second. Austin John shoots a pair. Going back to the Nekoosa girls, they had a tough night on Tuesday of this week. They had to take on Neilsville, at Neilsville to open the season, and we all know how good that Neilsville squad is, and boy, they showed it again.
I talked to Coach Lensmeyer. He said his girls just were not ready to play.
Well, that Jenny Linder for Neilsville, I think she's a junior only, but boy, she's just a dynamite player. Hunter Sipla with a nice finish. That's his first bucket tonight. Hunter really plays hard. It's fun to watch out there. Both ends of the court. Wesley is going to be called for a foul, offensive foul.
You know, they've been calling offensive fouls pretty, how do I want to say? I have no reason why.
Well, actually, they gave that to Dupree, so it must have been on a screen he was setting on that side of the court. Nekoosa up 40-20. Played about 3 minutes here in the third period. Pittsville, man-to-man pressure. Savage inbounds to Crater, and Ty will bring it across. Owen is in the game right now. I was going to say Owen's out of the game, but look at that. Ty Crater with another good move and a great follow-up.
I hope I got that on.
I do too. That's what we're here for, Dan. Long three ball. Wesley drills it. His first three of the night. 42-23 Papermakers. I think Wesley's going to get a lot of shots for this Pittsville team this year. Owen bumped on the baseline by number 12. So Nekoosa inbounds. Owen, deep corner. Long with that one, Wesley on the breakout. Savage bumped him on the shot, and Wesley made it. Nice finish by Brad Wesley. And Ty Crater just picked up his third. That's not good for Nekoosa, either one. 42-25 our score, even though the scoreboard, there it goes. It's 42-25. And make that 26. That last foul, excuse me, they gave to Brad Savage, not to Ty Crater. So Ty with two, and now Savage with two as well. 42-26 their score. Crater gets the 5-footer. Nice job of taking it to the lane.
I don't think you can let any player get that deep on you, Tom.
I didn't see that last year from Crater a whole lot, where he put the ball on the floor and then finished a shot. Wesley's feeling it now. Well, he thought he was. That one hit the bottom of the net.
You know what I noticed about these Nekoosa players? A lot of them?
No.
They improve tremendously between their junior and senior years.
Yeah, this team is surprising me just a tad, but they must have worked hard in the offseason. You know, and the weight room really helps too. And I think a lot of these kids are in the weight room for football or other sports, as well as basketball. Tanner Stevens on the baseline, back to Crater. Ty bumped all the way to the basket, had his pass tipped. 2-on-1 the other way. Gersmal back. Wesley got it. That ball didn't want to go in, but had no choice in the end. 44-28 Nekoosa, 3:20 to play in the quarter. Gersmal with a good move. Missed the shot, though, and Stevens taps it out of bounds. Tarek Tuttle back in for Nekoosa. So Nekoosa with Linsmeyer, Tuttle, Kreuter, Stevens, and Sipla right now. And pressure. Wesley dribbles through it easily. Layup on the other end for Sakal. He's got 4. Back within 14 is Pittsville. 3 minutes to play. Third quarter. Sipla got a step on the freshman and put it down. 46-30 Nekoosa. There's a walk by Sakal. Papermaker boys playing in on Monday of next week. I believe they take on Medford in the Nekoosa gym. We will not be recording that game. Nice pass, Sipla with a good finish. Linsmeyer to Sipla, and all of a sudden Hunter now with 6 points.
It's a little game of spurts, isn't it, by both teams?
Yeah, they had that lead down to 14, back to 18 now with 2:20 to play. Third quarter. Owen, quick hands, on the floor yet. And Nekoosa's going to get a timeout. So Coach Bolleshweiler saves the day there as his team is hustling for the basketball on the floor. And I think it's going to be a
30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Okay, at first I thought it was going to be a full timeout when watching the official. I mentioned we're going to have the boys play next Monday night against Medford in the Nekoosa gym. They also play next Friday night against Mauston in the Nekoosa gym. That game we will record next week for public access. We'll also see the girls for the first time on public access. We'll be taping their game this coming Tuesday, which is the 3rd of December. So next week, Tuesday and Friday, we'll be in the Nekoosa gym. Tuesday recording the game, the girls game with Mauston. Friday recording the boys game with Mauston. It's Mauston week next week.
Mauston boys normally have a pretty good team.
Yeah, I was just thinking they're going to be a different look this year, though, without, can't think of his name now. The coach's son, who's led them for the last 4 years. Oh, bad pass. Oh, a block called on Sipla. That's a generous call again, as Nathan Dupree really didn't have a game plan that time. He was just dribbling the basketball and he got bailed out. And makes the free throw. It's his first point. One more for Dupuis. 48-32. Sipla got away with a walk? No. Call for the travel. Minute 45 to play in the third. Nekoosa by 16. Mauston started the season with 2 losses. So they are 0-2 right now on the boys' side. Westfield 2-0. You know, that Westfield group might be a pretty good basketball team this year.
They had a good football team.
And they are athletic. It might be a different kind of year in the South Central. It's certainly wide open. You know, the Dells is 0-2 also, or maybe 0-3. So, you know, they lost all 5 starters from last year. Jacob Schultz, his first basket, 48-34. Owen. And we're going to get a held ball. Stevens tried to take it up. He took a Panther up with him. They say a good clean block. So the Panthers with a chance to get closer to Nekoosa than they've been since the first quarter. It's a 14-point game. 1 minute to play here in the third. Sakal from three-point land. Tuttle with a good rebound. Tarek. Owen hits the 10-footer. Owen's quick with that jump shot, moving to his left. Doesn't need a whole lot of space to get that shot away. Turnover. Tuttle, 1-on-3. Tarek's gonna
Pull her out.
No, he's gonna drop it to Owen, who misses a quick three. Boy, that would have been a chance to get the last shot in the quarter there. 10 seconds to play. Now Pittsville with a shot. 5 seconds. Tuttle's going to be called for the foul. Jacob Schultz was in a tough position to make a shot, and Tarek helped him out there. It wasn't a high percentage shot coming up that time for Schultz. But now the junior shoots 2. He's got the last 3 points for Pittsville. Pull his team back within 14 with a make. Mortel back in for Nekoosa. And that one finds the bottom. Owen. Got it away. Quick third quarter. Pittsville wins that quarter, pulls a little bit closer in this game. Heading into the fourth, their score, Nekoosa 50 and Pittsville 36. 8 more minutes to play. Nekoosa with the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. Pittsville edged the Papermakers in that third quarter, outscoring Nekoosa 18-17. Cut that 15-point halftime lead down to 14. And they're up with the defense here. Boy, Wesley all over Savage. Letting them play. Oh, good backdoor cut. Was a pretty good pass, but Savage couldn't handle it. So the Pittsville pressure creates a turnover. Nekoosa with 5 team fouls, Pittsville with 2. Nekoosa falls asleep. 3 ball. Buried by Nathan Dupuis. It's an 11-point game. Or it should be. Was that just a 2-ball game?
I don't know.
I guess it was. 50-38 our score. So I'll take that one out if I can find Dupuis in my book here. Savage inside, powers it up once, twice, and it's going to be Pittsville basketball.
Got to finish. I've all said that.
Played about a minute here in the quarter. 12-point game. Ball tipped by Mortel, but John got it back. Dupuis inside. Nekoosa with good post defense. It's a double dribble. No. John, good drop off inside.
Poor shot. I don't know. Maybe it was tipped.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't think so, but.
It sure acted like it was, but I didn't think it was either. Oh, bad pass. And we get a foul on Nekoosa, I guess. Brett Gershman got the foul, and that's a break for Nekoosa. It's team foul number 6, second on Brett, but Pittsville had a layup on the other end if they don't make that call. I didn't even see the call.
I didn't either.
Or see the play. Wesley. And
over the back.
Foul on Pittsville. Team foul number 3.
I'm guessing number 12.
Yep, over the back. Pretty easy call that time for the official. Gersmal 2-on-1. Brett missed the shot. Pittsville with it. Nekoosa's had problems finding the middle of that rim. Wesley's shot wedges into the backboard and rim there. So I believe it's Pittsville's possession.
Yeah, it is.
So with 6:08 to play, Pittsville inbound underneath their own basket. Always amazes me when that happens because the ball is nice and firm. How the heck does that ball ever stick like that? But it does.
Oh,
Nekoosa
boy.
falls asleep. Wesley with a layup. Of all the things in basketball I hate to see is that one. When you just fall asleep on an inbound play. Or you don't help each other, you don't talk to each other defensively. Team foul number 4 now on Pittsville. Went on Nathan Dupuis, his second. Mortel out. Brad, make that Hunter Sipla back in. Sipla. Lost the basketball.
Timeout.
And Coach Ballischweiler really doesn't like the way this quarter's going. He's going to take a full timeout. 5:54 to play in the game. It's now Nekoosa 50. And Pittsville 40. You know, it was Nekoosa last year against Pittsville in this Cranberry Classic game that battled back in the fourth period to get into overtime, then won the game. She was on the other foot tonight, and Pittsville looks like they're going to be a threat here in this fourth period.
Yeah, they cut the lead down to 7.
Game far from over. They get the ball inside, and they get 2. Joey Arndt, I believe. 8-point game. Boy, Pittsville hasn't been within 8 since first 2 minutes of this game. $5:20 to play. That's a lot of time. Ball tipped away by Wesley, evidently. Gershmo in the backcourt. Brett had it blocked. Sipla battles, got it. Hunter Sipla with a big play. 52-42, 5 minutes to play. Wesley bumped by Sipla. Bonus free throws. Hunter, I have him now for 3 fouls. No, I'll make that 2 fouls. Let's see if nope, they got 3 on the board, so we'll go with that. 17 fouls on the Papermakers. Brad Wesley. 7th free throw on the night. Rims out. That's another one where he thought about it just a tad long. Oh. Owen thought he had Tuttle, and he did, but Terex didn't stop in the lane. He was going through the lane. If he would have stuck in the toaster there, he would have had a layup. Little miscommunication. Still a 10-point game. Pounded inside. That one's long. Savage battles. Kreider. Tie. Back on top to Owen. Nekoosa can run some clock here. I don't know if they will or not, but
Well, I think they will.
they can certainly be patient offensively. I've said that many times over the years, and it doesn't seem like we're ever
No, it
patient offensively.
never seems to work out that way, does it, Tom?
It's like a dream of mine, I guess. Tarek had it tipped away. Pittsville basketball. .405 to play as Jacob Schultz checks back in for Pittsville. Member of the Marewood South Conference. Kreider with a good play there. I think they might have got that one wrong. Kreider got a hand on the ball, but it was a Pittsville player that deflected it toward the end line. Wesley gets a screen. Going to take the three. Kreider hustles after it, but ooh, that could be an over and back. It is. Long rebound, chased down by about 4 players. Pittsville got it back, but couldn't hang on. 3:40 to play. Owen with the basketball. Oh, right through the hands of Kreider. What are we doing out there, guys? That's a nice feed. That's doing something good there. Savage.
Yeah, that did turn into something good, didn't it?
6 points. Good look by Ty Kreider. 54-42. Baseline. Good cutoff. Good help there by Sipla. Wesley turns down the three. Takes a tough shot. Owen tips it. Wesley got it back. Missed it. And that should be Nekoosa basketball. It is.
That was a good call. I didn't see that. I thought it was the other way around, Tom, but...
Oh, I've got my referee eyes going right now.
Better eyes than I do.
And my Nekoosa heart. Look out. Wesley taps it away. Got to be aware of where you're at on the court and where the other players are. It's not always that simple, but Wesley will fire the three. If he hits that, reason I say I doubt if he's going to hit that because he was just working really hard even to get that shot off. He's sprinting from one end of the court to the other, and then to fire off a three like that takes a lot of energy. Savage has got a good post inside, but Owen doesn't get him the ball. 2:20 to play.
Maybe they're doing what you said.
Sipla had it tipped away, got it back to Owen. It's time for good passes and good hands.
32.
Team foul number 5 on Pittsville, so no free throws yet for Nekoosa. Carlson getting ready to come back in. Well, both teams have worked very hard on the court tonight. It's showing in their faces right now. Owen. Looking to double the ball now is Pittsville.
I think they have to, Tom.
2 minutes to play. Getting to a point where they're going to need to foul even.
I agree with
if they
you.
don't get a quick steal. Sipla. Nice feed from Savage. 14-point game. 56-42. Minute 50 to play. As it looks like Nekoosa has stemmed the tide here. This game was down to what, 8 points, right?
Yeah. I think 8 is the closest they got.
Good drive, no help. And Pittsville takes a timeout after the Dupuis basket. 30-second timeout. Minute 42 to play. Again, next week, we'll be recording 2 ball games for public access. The boys taking on Boston Tuesday night, the 3rd. And then on Friday night, the 6th of December, we'll have the boys taking on Boston. So Tuesday it's the girls against Boston. Friday it's the boys against Boston. And again, the boys do play Monday against Medford. So we've got a full slate of action now as the schedule's going to be going crazy here until we hit the holidays. A lot of ball games coming up. By the way, the girls also play next Thursday at Blair Taylor. That's Thursday the 5th, the non-conference game. Boys, there are only 2 games next week. Of course, that Monday game against Medford and the Friday game against Boston. Nekoosa still not in the bonus. Pittsville has committed 5 team fouls. Savage finds Sipla. Savage to Sipla. Kreider. Tuttle smartly moves it out. Oh, and there's just a grab. How could you not call it intentional foul there? Help me out. Help me out. He did not play the ball at all. He grabbed the jersey of the player. You've got to make that call, otherwise they might as well get rid of the rule. If he makes a play on the ball, I got no problem with it. There's a player making a play on the ball there. I think what happens to these guys, they see so much of that, especially coming up as a referee through rec leagues and stuff like that, that you get immune to the ever calling intentional foul.
You know, it'll also speed the game up.
Well, yeah, you eliminate it, or you'll clean the game up. You're right. Savage shoots the bonus. Sipla with a rebound. He's going to take it up and score. Boy, Hunter's been big here in the fourth quarter. Nekoosa with the turnover. And John commits the foul. That's a shooting foul. Coming up is the next part of high school basketball I don't quite understand.
You're down by 14 with 1:15 left, and you're fouling.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why don't you just submit it? You know.
I mean, these Pittsville kids have played their hearts out the entire game. It's not like if they don't foul in the last minute down by 16 that, they didn't play a hard game or a good game.
It's like using your timeouts when you're down by 24 in football with 1 minute left.
Those are coaching moments, right?
Yeah.
60-44 our score now. As Owen made both. And I think I marked them both down. I guess I'm yapping too much, huh? Pittsville just hugging that three-point line now. Now Wesley will take it inside. Missed. And now I don't think they were really trying to foul that time.
No, I don't.
The official says okay.
No, I agree with you, Tom. I don't think they were.
I'll foul. Wholesale substitutions now for both teams. Matt McDonald checks in. Justin Mortell back in the game. And also in for Nekoosa, number 22 is Riley Erickson. Owen shoots the bonus. He'll be coming out of the game here in a second, too, as Brett Gershmal is at the scoring table waiting to replace Owen. 61-44 should be our score. There it goes. It's like a slow internet connection sometimes to get that score up there. Owen sits down after a great scoring night. 8 out of 9 from the line. I got him for 27. Might be right, might be wrong, but it's close. Gershmal. 62-44 our score, 30 seconds to play.
This has got to look better on a 60-inch TV, I think, Tom.
Thank goodness you got that deal, huh? Ball on the floor. Carlson's going to chase it down. Sipla hustling after the basketball. That's not Sipla, excuse me, that's Riley Erickson.
You notice how the officials sort of swallowed their whistles?
Well, the players have sort of got back into normal mode too, so 10 seconds to play. Shot away, a 3-ball. McDonald tips, pulled down by Melvin. Riley the other way, takes it to the hole, and does not count. Good move by Riley, but just a tad late. Nekoosa gets their second win on the season, and round number 1 of this Cranberry Classic tournament Play 4 solid quarters. They come away a 62-44 winner tonight over the Pittsville Panthers. So Nekoosa with the win is now 2-0 on the season. Pittsville, of course, this is their opening ball game. The Panthers are 0-1. Both teams heading into action again tomorrow night. Nekoosa will take on Wisconsin Rapids Assumption, and Pittsville will take on Marshfield Columbus.
Yes.
Right here on the Assumption floor. But a good win for Coach Baldischweiler. Congratulations to him tonight, to assistant coach Peterson, and of course all the Nekoosa seniors and this varsity basketball squad. A job well done. Nekoosa led all of the way in this ball game, largely due to Owen Linsmeyer, who just came out of the chute hot, knocking down shots left and right, 2s and 3s. Owen had 11 points like 3 minutes into the ball game tonight. Finishes, I believe, with 27, including 8 out of 9 from the free throw line and 3 balls. Brad Savage had 6 for Nekoosa. Hunter Sipla really had a good second half, scoring 12 points. Again, all of those coming in the second half. Ty Kreider with a solid game. He had 2 3 balls and 14 points for Nekoosa. So just 4 players scored tonight for the Papermakers. Bradley Wesley led the way for Pittsville. He had the only 3 ball for the Panthers. 6 free throws and 5 other free throws. He finishes with 19 tonight for the Panthers, 19 of their 44 points. Nekoosa led out of the chute 18-4 after 1, and that was really the difference in this ball game, because after that the quarters are pretty close. Nekoosa outscored Pittsville 15-14 in the second. Pittsville outscored Nekoosa 18-17 in the third. And the Papermakers had a 12-8 advantage down the stretch. Again, our final tonight, Nekoosa 62 and Pittsville 44. So that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. I want to thank Dan Schmidt for all his fine work behind the camera. And of course, with that fine commentary you hear from Dan. My name is Tom Kirst. I want to thank you, the viewer, for joining us. And I encourage you to do so again. See you next time for Nekoosa Sports.